Oh, and then Elvis Presley stole it, which made it famous. Yeah, that's what it was. Indeed, culture vulture. That's true. That did happen.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Oh.
I, Sir Cressicles, the first.
I don't know why. Maybe that should have been a word.
That's pungent. All right.
I don't.
That's power.
I, Sir Cressicles.
Palpable.
Yeah, that's the
First of his
that's
name.
a word that bothers me.
Master of Pods, do here call this podcast to order.
I'm here. Oh my god.
I
Cressicles.
yeah. Out of all the names,
Sir Ibrahim, are you present?
Aye. Right here in present, brother.
Sir Victus, are you present?
I
Wait, what do we call it? Sultana.
No.
Oh.
What's up?
This should be interesting. I'm excited to see
I'm
what-
waiting.
oh boy, he's thinking.
I'm so
No,
sorry.
I
Honestly.
forgot.
After Cressicles,
I don't know what's
could be
coming. I
anything.
don't know.
it could be anything.
I forgot what it was. Lady Sultana, are you present?
Thank God.
Aye.
Yvette.
Yvette.
Now, if you're wondering why I named myself Sir Cressicles.
Yeah.
Yes.
yes.
Please enlighten us.
Well, first it was funny because welcome to A Lot About Nothing. This is it's a social podcast, just for entertainment, just for make people laugh. We don't know anything. We're just really just here messing around. We're not authorities on anything. Well, maybe this one. We know a little bit.
Okay, no, this one, that's fair.
We know a little bit on this
I know
one.
a little bit.
Yeah,
Only
a
a
little bit this one. But this is just really just for you to laugh. Don't take this to heart. Don't comment that.
Definitely comment.
Don't
Roast
comment
this
with
man.
your heart. I promise you don't have to take this personally. All right, just laugh and share with your people. Also, follow us on all your social medias at A Lot About Pod. Also, follow us on YouTube. Subscribe. Hit that little notification like ring bell thing. It's hard to get people to subscribe. By the way.
Ding. Yeah.
Because we got on my last reel we got 2.5K views.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if all those people subscribed, right? We'd be at 10,000 right now. But with the white, I don't know nothing. But thanks for watching anyway. Keep watching. I'm not saying don't watch. Keep watching. We need the numbers still.
That's true.
Yeah, we need
That's
numbers still.
true.
Yeah. Today we're gonna talk about the Renaissance Fair. It is here.
Yay.
How many days already? Only 1 weekend, right?
Yeah.
1 weekend passed. So
Yeah.
you still have time.
We have
7 weekends
Seven more
left.
weekends.
in
Yeah.
all, dude.
7 weekends. If you miss all 7, you just didn't want to go.
Yeah, then you slacking.
Right. Then
you
you super slacking. Second, 7 weekends are here. The kids' weekend already went. What's this weekend?
Let me check. I was actually looking that up. Give me a second.
I don't know. I knew it before, but they changed the order.
They did change the order.
Yeah, so I'm completely.
Mm.
I just show up in the same clothes. So
You can also show up to A Lot About Pod on YouTube / A Lot About Pod. Thank you all for being here. How's everybody doing?
It's getting better and better at it, honestly. I love it.
Good?
I've been doing good, man. Honestly,
Good?
I'm very excited about it.
Nice.
It's been a really good season so far,
Nice.
man.
Nice. We played Doja Cat Vegas in the beginning. If you didn't hear it, that means you're listening to this on YouTube, which I don't mind. Also, but if you want to hear the whole thing, on your favorite podcast app, we're on all of them. Probably. We're probably there. I've done enough so that it could spread around.
That's true.
So I promise we're probably there. Just go ahead and listen. A Lot About Nothing podcast. It's fine. It's fine.
That's true. That's true.
Edward?
Yes, indeed.
Or, I'm sorry. Sir Ibrahim?
How's it going, brother?
Edward, do the people know where your name's from?
If they do not, I hope that
Go ahead and tell them.
now can tell them and will, of course, enlighten you. My character there is Grand Vizier Pargali Ibrahim Pasha. He is the king of Egypt at this time and also right hand to Sultan Suleiman, the magnificent and lawgiver. I need to always let it be known that the magnificent and the lawgiver are like wildly powerful titles to get in history. He's a pretty cool guy. But
Edward Jensen
Say the whole
III,
thing, right?
the lawgiver.
indeed, Kanuni Sultan.
The whole
Suleiman.
thing.
The whole thing. Oh yeah, the Sultan.
Do you remember the?
No, don't do that.
The conversation.
I've been working on the second one, but
Is there?
don't do this. Don't do this.
So that's okay. How you don't remember the whole? That's fine.
I'm getting better. I'm embarrassed
It's
myself
fine.
on here, but
I only remember the first part. I don't
that's
remember the
what I'm
second
saying.
part.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
okay.
It's been
Yeah,
a
we're
while.
out here. But it's, my God, I love this man so much. It's been really good, man. I'm looking forward to it. And we have a bunch of new members this year. And
yeah, I saw some new names.
it's really awesome, man.
I'm going to go see them.
Please do.
Yeah,
Please
go see
do.
them.
We're working on our fight show, and we're going to have 2 of them. So the first one will be like a lighter show, the whole little foam fighting Matrock tournament. The second one, we're going to have our steel fight. So I'm working with, I may potentially buy a halberd this weekend.
Sheesh.
Potentially, I'm just saying. But I'm going to see the quality of it, see if it's like
Yeah.
combat grade, see if the wood is strong enough, or if not that, then maybe a mace. Maybe a mace.
A mace?
Nice.
Maybe a mace. Mace
Poor
will be good.
Mustafa.
It'll be
Poor
fine.
Mustafa, for real.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
About to kill this man.
It'll be fine.
This is a tax-paying citizen.
Technicalities. He'll be
Yes.
fine. Ideally, man, we want to get like a halberd spear fight, and then we want to get a mace and shield versus warhammer fight. Because I have the warhammer, so now we're like, all right, let's try and get the mace and shield, and we can get a ding ding, and the shields hit, and the sound effects are going off, and ooh, it's gonna be beautiful. So we're working on some fights, man.
So I have to mention that I was asked a question this past weekend about the fight show, and they were like, "When do they practice?" And I'm thinking, this is the
it.
practice.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. Oh my
This is
God.
what's happening right now.
But I mean, also when you're
That's
not
not true.
looking.
No, I swear. Because you guys don't see it, but me and Mel practice for like the days before. Throughout the year, every time we have a chance and he comes down, we try and get a few rounds in. As we go up into the rehearsal period of like December, January, we get days and days of practice as we can. And then before the show, we have fight call. And so maybe 45, 30 minutes before the show, we'll get all the other Janissaries this year. Freaking awesome. There are 3 kids who are all like Atlantic High. And I used to teach 2 of them at Plumosa School of the Arts. Or not teach, I was after a counselor. So I saw them in elementary.
Damn, teach? I'm
and
like, damn, you
I know,
that
right?
old?
Yeah. I swear to God, no. But
Don't scare me.
so they were elementary, and now they're in high school. And so they randomly came to the fair last season. They're like, Mr. Trey. And I was like,
Mr. Trey.
what? And
I have a story about that one.
kind of blew my mind. So,
Mr. Trey. That doesn't sound right.
aftercare counselor. I was aftercare
Mr.
counselor.
Trey.
Whatever.
I
Shut up.
sound like,
like
yo,
a-
Anyway, shut up.
Sounds like an Austin Powers villain.
Mr. Trey. Anyways, so it's super great, and they're the Janissaries, and so before the fight, we'll get like 30, 45 minutes of just running the match before we even go out on
Nice.
like into the fight field. So then we'll go into the fight field, and for like the first 5-10 minutes, as the Kamikaze Fireflies are doing their show, we're just practicing doing the 10 strikes. Here are the words that we do and what we attack and blah blah blah. And then, because no one sees us practice, out of nowhere, Mustafa's like, Ibrahim, I have not seen you train in many moons. Here, hold this steel sword and let's go a few rounds. And everyone's like, this guy has been just talking all day. He hasn't done any fighting. He's not going to know what to do. And then we go hard. And out of nowhere, they're like, oh, well, whoa, hold on. It's all part of the plan. See, even our staff don't understand the true nitty gritty of what we do. And every single time they think we're like about to kill each other.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
swear to God, we practice.
Yeah, the art.
I swear. Because definitely, like, there's a time when like he comes in, I parry, deflect, and I do a big swipe and like swipe back this way. If you do not know that happens, it for sure looks like he's dodging for his life, or I'm going to gut this fool in front of everyone.
Right.
That is not what happens, guys. We plan that it's going to happen there. We know that's going to happen there. I promise.
I'm just okay.
We know that it's going to happen there.
Okay.
Okay.
It just looks different every time. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, every fight looks
Because
different.
I'm in a different outfit every time. That's why.
Oh, right.
That's why.
Yeah.
I like
okay.
it. I like it. Listen, Mish, how you doing?
Hello.
You good?
Yep. I'm
You sure?
good. I'm good.
How was it with the Kamikaze Fireflies? Because I know they're like right next to
Oh, I
you.
love them. They're awesome. No, their
it
stage
too
is
loud?
actually no, not at
Oh,
all.
okay.
Because their stage, their show is right before ours, and then at the end of their show, they have maybe like 5 minutes where they're like harking, for tips and whatnot. That's when we start. The second they're like, and that's Kamikaze Fireflies, and they start taking the step off to go do.
Yeah.
That's when we start. And so the second people are leaving their show, they're already like primed for watching a show.
Yeah.
They come over, see us fighting, and they're like, "Yo, what's happening here?" I see that a bit of a crowd's building up, and I'm like, my friends, welcome to the Janissary exhibition. And we just start.
Yeah.
We go right into our
But
show.
I do love them. But like,
oh, no, they're great.
after the third weekend, we're in the tent and we're kind of like,
We're like saying their script.
saying their
with
script
them.
at that point.
Yeah.
You know, and
Has
then
it changed?
No.
No.
It's
working.
Every year they get a new, they try out a new thing. And so,
Yeah.
yes, there's like a new thing every year.
Yeah.
But like, don't fix what ain't broken.
Yeah.
It works.
It's working.
You get
Yeah.
paid.
No need to revisit the
You
Firefly.
are very good at your tricks.
and we're repeating it.
And
it's great.
we're repeating
So it's
it.
fine.
We love you guys. Like, we're entertained every time.
Yeah.
Listen, my rule in any show or performance or anything, if I cannot do it, I clap. It's that simple. If I know I cannot do it, I'm clapping. Like,
Ability.
you know, like when I go to a circus, as much as people try to make fun of him, I'm like, yo, if a man just jumped through a hoop that is on fire, I'm not doing that. I clap. A motorcycle going in a circle? What? They go up a little ramp, come back down? I never trained with that. I'm clapping. I clap.
I like it.
Oh,
That's a
easy
good rule of
peasy.
thumb.
Oh my God.
It's a rule of thumb. Like,
Man, rob a
you
bank?
clap.
I can't do that.
I can't do that. Respectable. I see.
Good job.
Good job. You done all right. You done all right. I can't do it.
Victorino.
Yeah.
Yo,
How you doing, boss?
Oh man.
busy.
Listen, man, fuck with the vest, bro.
Thank you, thank you.
one of
I
my-
actually, I mean, I
It's my
bought.
favorite purchase of yours.
I despise
just
you.
realized.
So I despise it utterly because it's one of the materials that a bit of autism can't allow me to touch, and so
Yes.
I get like
yeah.
wildly disgusted
So-
by this like tactile,
Like jackety, tactile.
angry. It's like angry ASMR for
We
me. I
have
don't
tactile
know.
sensation.
I can't be doing it. I can't be doing
Yeah,
it. I can't be
it's
doing
weird.
Yeah, so I actually bought this vest as part of a joke cosplay for the convention we went to. Because one morning we set up as supportive.
Yes.
What was it?
Supportive dads.
Yeah, supportive dads.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, let me get a dad.
The
fit
most
going.
dad of vests. Of
And then
course.
I ended up just wearing this a lot.
Yeah.
Unironically.
Yeah.
It works.
Now
She got the
it's-
black one too.
Yeah. Now it's tray repellent, and I won't hug him.
Yeah,
so-
and then I told him I'm gonna get a jumpsuit made of,
and I was utterly disgusted.
made of this material.
Yeah, I was.
blessed.
I cringed at the thought of such a thing existing. I felt kind of like, you ever did a little shiver when you're just like disgusted at something. I had one of those moments, like a Jinkies moment kind of thing. Which,
Jinkies, man.
Jinkies, and like shiver.
Y'all seen that Velma show?
Like no,
No.
I've heard
On
that
HBO?
it is
No?
like it is so woke that it has reverted to the other side of the spectrum, and it is now actually extremely hateful.
Really?
Of how they make Fred like a painfully cliche, rich, spoiled white kid. How they do everything they can to make every.
Did you
other
know he has a
character-
small penis?
Also, that and you know.
Did they mention that?
That joke is made like every
Oh, of
other
course,
second.
they legitimately just hate on this kid every episode.
In the kid show?
Yeah.
No,
it's not a kid
there's
show.
a remake.
Oh, it's not a kid show. It's
No.
not a kid show.
It looks like
There's
a kid
definitely
show.
like a bit, like not beheaded, but like a Hannibal Lecter skull cut open murder
the
after
brain falls
school.
out.
That's a kid show.
Brain falls out of his head and everything. It's like blood and guts. Ain't that kid? Well, nowadays.
It's
you
a
know.
kid show.
Yeah,
I mean, it's on
nowadays-
HBO. I don't think it's a kid show's on HBO. Yeah.
So, Chris, how you doing? Stop it.
Thanks, man. I'm good.
Oh man, thanks, Trey. I didn't finish, but okay.
Dang.
That's a joke. That's a joke. He was done. See, now I thought of something and I didn't write it down.
Victor. Sorry. It's so gross. It's so gross. It's so gross.
What are my notes, man?
Stop
Oh
touching
my
them.
god, my whole like hand is like
Yeah, I guess I'm done.
it's like extra dry. I don't know what happens.
I'm doing well there, bud.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. No real complaints. I can move. I can breathe. I'm living. I'm applying for a different job soon.
Yeah.
It's a remote position,
Let's go.
so hopefully I get it. So I can sit at home all day and get lots of work done. I
Nice.
mean, not the one they're paying me for, but
Who you lying to?
yeah. But the idea, because I've been thinking about this a long time. Recently, it's been hitting me more. I'm like, man, I really don't have time because work takes up so much of my time. I wish I could work from home. And then the opportunity presents itself. Manifesting, guys.
Powerful.
Yeah, you gotta
There you
manifest.
It's powerful.
So the opportunity presented itself. Hopefully, obviously I'm not the only applicant. You know what I'm saying? There might be 100 other dudes that applied to this. But my man's works at the company too. So he's like, oh yeah, let me know when you apply. I put a little word in my manager's ear and I said, say less.
Easy.
So yeah, so we'll see. we'll see. For all intents and purposes, things are fine.
Good, man.
Yeah, things are fine. I wanted to play Harry Potter.
That game is out. That game is out.
Yeah.
I probably am going to play it.
But Twitter is like shaming people.
Even through the trauma.
A lot of streamers, right? A lot of streamers aren't getting to play it because all the Twitter people are up in arms because J.K. Rowling
is a turf, as they say.
Was it what?
What's
a turf?
Yes, that's what
What's
they
that?
called her. Let me find out
is
what
that an acronym for something?
Yes, it is.
I'm
going to find
waiting
out
to hear.
what it means.
I want to see that too. I'm sure the T is transphobic.
Yeah.
Okay. Trans exclusionary radical feminists. An acronym first recorded in 2008. The term was originally used to distinguish trans inclusive feminists from a group of radical feminists who reject the assertion that trans women are women. Basically, it's a woman who is like also a feminist, but then doesn't believe that trans women are women.
Are women. Oh, okay.
So even though she's
her.
like, nah, I am a feminist. I fight for rights, blah, blah, blah. Trans women are not women. And I cannot allow them to be considered women because it then takes away what it actually means to be a woman. And then it goes into the huge gray area of people who are like, does woman just mean you can give birth? Or does it mean the entire aesthetic lifestyle role and feeling of woman and womanness and femininity?
I wonder though, does she go like out of her way to like fight against trans women?
She doesn't go out of her way to fight against it. She's just made her point clear
Right.
when people have asked her several times. She's
I
like,
just plead the fifth.
Yeah.
don't consider it.
I cannot get into that conversation.
Well, here's the thing, right? Two things can be true, and I think people forget this a lot. I agree with you, but two things can be true. One would be, J.K. Rowling doesn't agree with trans women. Fine. Also, it's just a game, which is also true.
Mm-hmm.
You could just enjoy it,
Mm-hmm.
and I promise you, believe me when I tell you, taking the game away does not take money away from her pockets.
Nope.
Harry Potter is fucking trending everywhere.
Yeah, they already have a Harry Potter world. I'm pretty
There's a Harry
sure.
Potter world. There's a ride
She's good.
for
Oh,
Harry
man.
Potter.
I'm pretty sure she's fine.
She's
Chris is gonna get canceled in
he
the
is.
comments,
She's
bro.
good. She's good.
He's totally is.
That's
You're
why
gonna get
I'm saying
But
canceled,
here's the
nothing.
thing.
Sure.
No one's being consistent, right? Because before she was, because think about it, right? What are you really upset about?
They're mad that she is a rallying beacon for people who do not agree with trans people.
Okay.
Period. And the thing is, because she is a notable person, there are more people who are not as notable who get to look at her and say, look, this person who is smarter than the average person, this person who is an authority, nothing really, but is a richer person than us, thus more powerful, thus should be listened to more than the average person. Because she is saying this, we should believe her.
But that goes back to why this country is so divided, because people cannot just make up their own mind.
Right.
Everything has to be, well, I'm blue and I'm red and
I follow this.
Why can't you just pick who is in your best interest? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel that some of the Democratic issues are in my corner. Some of the Republican issues are in my corner. I'm not going to go out there and fight for either one of them.
Right.
You know, the whole transgender thing and the that to me, I can't get into it because I have my own issues as a Black woman
Right.
that I'm
Yeah.
struggling with. So
Yeah.
like, you got to fight your own battles.
Right.
I can't jump into that because of what I believe in. I'm already struggling. So I don't even want to tell you what I think.
If things aren't for you, then you should just leave them alone.
Exactly.
You should go where you're celebrated.
Yep.
Right.
That's simple.
And I'm not telling people don't be mad. You can be mad at whatever you want. You just be consistent.
Yeah.
There
Chick-fil-A.
You don't have to play the game, huh?
Perfect example is Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is like, we're closed on
Right.
Sundays.
Right.
But I
right.
still see people going there to eat.
Yeah.
Like, it's too good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. They're still
They
gonna
also
go.
don't support the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
billion-dollar industry.
They still go and eat there. So
Yeah, we do.
So I don't know.
I'm just saying.
I might get it. I don't know. I'm not that big into Harry Potter, so I don't really care that much. But I just thought it was ridiculous because they're keeping money out of streamers' pockets because people want to stream the game. It's a brand new game. Everybody loves Harry Potter,
But then they'll get canceled because I shouldn't say canceled. They're probably not. Realistically, they're not going to get canceled.
No, they're just getting shamed.
They're going to get shamed. People are going to make fun of them. They're going to have to deal with a few trolls who are like, "I thought I cared about you. You're trash." They'll lose a few subscribers here and there, but like realistically, I do not think
or be replaced.
Or be replaced. One or the other. I don't think that it's going to cause like people's careers to go down if they support the game. I don't think it's going to affect J.K. Rowling in any palpable way.
Drop in the bucket.
Not even.
Swatting flies.
I completely feel like it's going to make its money though.
Yeah.
I completely feel like enough people are going to buy it. Enough people are going to separate the content from the creator. Even if they have an issue with her, they're going to go, look, there are dozens of people who are working at this studio who are genuinely passionate about the concept of video game creation. I'm supporting those people, period. Like the expansions that they're making, all the money they're making is going to the livelihoods of the people who like
created the game,
are spending time learning the skills of game creation.
I think they think J.K. Rowling sat there and created the game.
Yeah, they feel like she sat there and was talking to each of them like, no, that owl, you need an extra feather there. No, this story element, not cool.
I promise she wasn't even in the room.
Like she gets
royalties.
Yeah, I can believe that they may have told her, hey, we're thinking about doing this storyline. What do you think? And she was like, oh, well, maybe this and this and this.
Right.
And then she was like, I got the rest of my billions to go care about. I'll see you. Sorry, millions. I'll see y'all later. Good luck.
I don't even think it's that complicated.
It's not that complicated.
Literally, her agent was like, can we use these characters to make a game? Sure. How much you going to pay us? Go ahead.
There you go.
Yeah. It was that simple.
Easy.
Yep.
That's it. Probably already got paid for it, to be honest.
She's done.
No, I'm saying? All up front.
No one rallied for the books to be removed from bookstores.
No,
from Amazon Kindles.
No, because realistically, we have worse people in history who have written books that are still used today
in schools.
Freaking Lovecraft, dude. We talk about all the time. And like, well, the guy was very racist. You're right. Wild that he made some of the greatest horror concepts ever.
Lovecraft Country was a wonderful show.
Fool, also fantastic show. Beauteous.
So that got canceled.
That got canceled, lol. Hilarious.
That got canceled.
Throwing it out there. Too much black power.
Too much black.
Oh.
The winning now. Stop it.
It was way too good.
It was like, what?
It was so good and so like rallying for black people. It had to be stopped.
In sci-fi. Black people in sci-fi.
Come on. Look, we had like an Indiana Jones. We had like a Tomb Raider. We had we had a time looper jumper escapade.
Yeah.
Like there was so much, man. Existential, freaking being Steven Universe level of like celestial forces are at work behind the scene. It was so cool, man. And I loved it. But sadly, that's going to get canceled.
Yeah.
More than the book.
The book. Yeah.
Yes, a white woman like that, like this, she's fine. She's not going to get canceled anytime soon. She's not out here saying like extreme conservative things. She's saying something that frankly has been the norm for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Like people in Europe were not really fair or thinking about trans people for a long time. So it's not like she's saying something out of the norm, actually.
And I also think people forget where these people come from. Like she came from nothing. You know what I mean? She came from nothing. So you go back to how they started and their personality is still ingrained in them.
Right.
That's who they are. You can't.
Yeah, just because they have the money now automatically doesn't mean.
Yeah, like I'm sorry, but Lord of the Rings, love the movie. Not one black person was in there.
Not a single.
You know what I'm saying?
Nope, not a one.
You don't see me boycotting.
Yeah, the only brown people were the elephant people who are all villains.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know if they were really.
They weren't even that brown.
They weren't even that brown.
Realistically,
they were dirty.
They look like white people.
They were dirty.
Ash on them.
They were dirty.
Dirt or like.
They were dirty.
Where are your woodland people? West Cloisters?
Yeah. East Cloisters. East Cloisters. But yes, indeed. And,
y'all know nothing about that yet.
The story element. Sorry, this is fantasy.
Listen, I'm just saying, if you're gonna be mad, be consistently mad. Yeah. Or just go where you're celebrated and life will be better. Trust me. That's it.
I have an IQ for y'all. Thank you for mentioning that. That got me in it. But I have an IQ for y'all. IQ stands for interesting question.
We haven't done one in a minute.
Which we have not done forever. I'm so sorry. We've had some really.
My bad. I'm interrupting you again. Wow. I just did that too.
Honest again. But my God. It's sorry, guys. So the IQ. Cough, cough, cough. What is your favorite fantasy class look?
Fantasy class look?
Yeah. So like
what?
do you like the look of like leather armor, cloth armor, heavy armor?
Okay.
Do you like more sword and like shield and like spear and arms based, or like magic based? Do you like ranged based? Do you like items and utility based? Do you like
That's a good question.
Summoner or conjurer, pet trainer, beastmaster? Not necessarily that you're like, I need to be a paladin. No. I really, that's totally me. I feel you on that. Like, I love the looks of like barbarians. I love like knights because of armor. I love paladins because of armor. But like, dude, when I say like high-level barbarians, they be looking really cool. Like they look really dope.
I'll tell you what. If I was ever in like a position of power back in the day, I would love to wear. First of all, I'd be king. Second of all,
He said F the class.
I'd love to wear like
that rule. Period.
we're talking like
class like a peasant.
fool.
Imagine.
Imagine.
I'm
Could not
Sir
be me.
Cresticles. I would wear
I
like
swear to God. Every time.
The name is just dangling there, you know? It's just
I would wear like the most radiant king's garb ever. The robe would be crazy.
He said
The
all
robe
gold.
would be like you know, the one of those wedding dresses that go ridiculous. I'd have people holding my robe 100%. Gold everywhere.
Okay.
It's a 24/7 position. Has to be filled.
Has to be filled. I'd have a platinum chest plate.
Man said he sleeps.
Man said
He
platinum.
said he
chest plate.
sleeps sitting up.
Gold
'cause
everywhere.
his
Man said
jewelry holds his head
platinum.
up.
Y'all think
I mean, my crown will go
y'all think
completely
Alchemist back
crazy.
then knew what platinum was?
bro.
We figured it out.
He said their people know it though.
Platinum.
Planet. I'm saying my headpiece would go so stupid, gems everywhere.
I'm feeling that. I'm feeling
Monster
that.
Moon
Because
cigar
I'm not
here,
even
bro.
You
listening.
feel me? And
I'm not even
sitting
gonna
on
lie.
the throne.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Come
Because
on, why would I be a paladin?
yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I play video
All
games,
right,
so I
if you're
understand.
going for an adventurer class of person,
There you go.
and not a royal.
Yeah, 100%
What
royal guard.
would be the class that
He
you
just
could
answered
run?
your question.
God
Royal.
damn it. Okay.
That's what he's doing.
I'm not going out and
I'll
fighting.
tell you what I'm
Endgame
doing.
Royal. What are you doing?
I'm Overlord. What?
She's my hand. She's the hand of the king.
Literally the dude in Overlord.
Oh, Einzo.
Oh,
Yes.
Einzo,
yes.
That's me.
Nazareth.
That's what I'm saying. You
That's
know,
me.
like I'm a
That's
magic
strong. I
user.
ain't gonna
No,
lie to
first
you.
of all,
I ain't gonna
I'm
lie
a
to
magic
you.
user
Yeah.
Yeah.
on my games.
That
Caster.
man goes
If
prostrate.
my secondary class is a rogue.
Yeah.
But either or, I'm still decked out. My magic user is decked out.
Yeah.
Like when I saw those shoulders, I was like, dang,
God dang, hold
it's
on.
like my outfit.
You said I can't look past them?
I think
Excellent.
he's like your neck. Like
Yeah,
he's not
he's
turning.
not-
You know
I
what I'm
can't
saying?
turn.
Like,
He has to turn whole body.
like,
That's
come
probably
on.
a job too, a turner.
Yes.
Hold your body and turn it for
Someone
you.
to turn him.
My shoulders are like out here.
Just like to
Like,
the left.
Oh, my
no, I
God.
remember I bought my first staff. To this day, I've never seen another one like it.
Mm.
It's like a dragon claw with,
Right,
with a
right.
globe in it.
Oh,
I've
you're talking
never
about-
seen another one like it.
That's fair.
Nice.
That's fair.
And that's my thing.
Yeah, 100%. I'm a royal.
Straight-
I don't
straight
understand why
magic.
I would be anything
All right.
else.
Victor, what are you rocking, bro? What are you doing?
Usually in fantasy or like adventure class or whatever.
All right,
Weapon
we're not
types.
adventure class anymore. Because
Whatever.
we have to
You
go.
can be
we have to,
adventure.
we have to go
adventure.
max level.
We need servants.
Level
I'm not going outside.
100.
Either way, whatever. Usually there's only like when it comes to that type of set, there's only two like archetypes I ever play.
Yeah.
Either like a spear user or bow and arrow.
Lancer, Archer.
Lancer.
You know what? I just showed
Oh,
Trey
God,
the
you showed
Fate
me some of the
series.
Fate series fights, bro.
Because Trey's been asleep on the Fate series.
Oh yeah.
I've been
Bruh.
slumbering.
That's
upon
where
his
Ufotable
godliness.
makes their bread and butter.
Bread
Yeah,
and
yeah,
butter,
yeah.
boy. What did I?
Oh, thank you, Siri.
Siri's so
Thank you, Siri.
stupid, yo. You
I
don't even
know.
have to say her name. She's listening. I'm gonna turn this shit off, to be honest with you.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
yeah.
Lancer or
Bow and arrow.
bow and arrow.
Yeah, that's fair. I definitely I saw Gilgamesh in like some gold armor
Son,
in one of these videos.
That is me.
And I was just like, I
Gilgamesh
understand.
is him.
Dude.
Bro, didn't you see me in the
Gilgamesh.
Renaissance Fair?
My
Didn't you see what I was
God,
wearing?
bro.
I
Good
found
God.
everything I could to put around my neck. I even had a gem on my on my head wrap.
I tell
did.
you,
Come on, man.
I imagine myself, bro, as like ultimate like God Sultan type of character. Like I ain't gonna lie. I want I want like the unnecessarily like large turban that has like accoutrements like throughout it. Has like a whole bell over here,
Look,
a
Turner.
whole dagger.
We need a
is like
Turner.
over here. We need
A
we need
Turner.
like 3 people
A
every
Turner.
morning. It
That's the
takes like
job.
2 hours for like 3 servants to like
Honestly.
wrap the turban. You know, like that's what they do for 3 hours, and then they rest the rest of the day. They're good. After that, ain't 2 people to help me get the turban through every door. Okay.
Right.
Beyond that, there's 4 other guys. I feel you on that because
This
Come
is
on.
this is
The
Chris
Turner.
right here.
oh my god, yes,
What's
This
that?
is
Solid gold.
Let me show him
What's
that.
up?
That's
Turner.
That's you, King. I feel you.
100%.
Since it's not my fault,
Without
guys.
question.
I was about to keep it adorable and go with like knights or paladins, but like if they're going royal and we're going like what's
This is
like level 100, you know, what's like level 100 ruler? She said Iron's Algown, bro. Like that is the necromancers. I got to go with like
I'm just saying, if you play World of Warcraft, Elder Scrolls, if you play any of those games,
you see what's possible.
you play with. I spend a day and a half just putting on
just getting the
armor.
outfit.
Yeah.
Just my outfit alone.
Oh, that's me on character.
Like that's it.
I spend at least an hour on character.
Yes,
You gotta
you
know
have
you're
to.
getting right.
At
Like
least.
I'll spend like a whole Saturdays. What are you doing?
Character creation.
Character creation. Yeah,
It's
That's what
24
I'm
hours. 23.
That's what I'm doing.
I'm such a sucker for cosmetics.
that's what I'm doing. Yep.
A lot of these MMOs and stuff, I play just to play dress up.
Yes.
See?
And then I go stand in the center of the square
Yeah.
Just let
by the
people-
fountain.
Everybody can
with
see me.
all
Let
my
people know.
animals and pets and
Gotta
everything
flex.
I have.
Gotta
Yeah.
flex.
And it's just like gling. Yeah, that's what I do.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Son, I'm wearing 2 rings for nothing. They're not even functional. It's just gold.
That's
Come on.
his
This is
name.
who I am.
All right, so there's a in Berserk, one of the best like manga of all time.
Oh,
The
yes.
best manga.
Straight up, like I feel you on this.
Gotta watch.
There's a sultan who is of the Kushan Empire, basically. He's definitely a sultan, but Ganishka is his name. I am not evil and obviously like a demon spawn like him, but I am saying I would have a
Why not?
ship that requires like a land ship that requires a dozen elephants to carry. I
some
feel
real
that
shit.
I would want an army that is of wild import and like the solid all gold armor that man's had. So I feel you on like the strong royal vibe, guys.
I would never. Here's the thing. Even back in those days, you know how like tough it is to go outside and like come back alive. Everyone tried to
Oh
kill
my
you.
God.
Life expectancy
I-
dips. You,
Life
you
expectancy
open the
was so
door.
tiny.
Life
That's
expectancy
why.
goes down,
Like
bro.
particles in the air alone
Like
would kill
just,
you.
I'm saying, the food doesn't get cooked.
Yeah.
There's mud everywhere. It's
Look,
gross. It's
We
nasty.
get pink eye
God.
nowadays. Imagine back then.
Son,
And they're dumping it in the streets.
And then-
I have
come
thought
on.
about that before,
You know
about
what I'm
how
saying?
just
Come
often
on, man.
pink eye
Pink eye
happened, yeah.
everywhere.
And like, would you know, I'd be like, how easy is it to consider demons are attacking your village when there's an outbreak of pink eye? How easy is it
Nobody
when you have
can
like
see.
Demons have cursed us.
we have to let you.
he's like holding a lantern when he said that? I saw it. Demons have cursed us.
They're marring our vision.
Dude.
I'm dying.
Telling you.
Demons are-
Adventurer, please.
I will do what I must.
And then to cure diseases, they cut you open and let your blood.
Yeah.
That doesn't cure you.
That
They-
you
they're
need.
killing
It's
you.
all right. We'll just put some leeches on
I
it, bro.
need my blood.
Relax.
They give you leeches. Come on, man.
Dude.
Gather
Yeah.
the
Listen.
mystic herb.
I'm
You mean Neosporin? Bro, just
Bro, the best place to be in any medieval time is the fucking castle. That is the best place to be. I would rather be nowhere else. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's a thick fact.
Oh
That's a
my
thick
God.
fact.
man.
I think
That's
you
a
just
thick
want to
fact.
be not in medieval times.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. We were doing a podcast on Ren Fairs.
Oh, sorry.
I have questions. I swear to you.
All right,
Oh
you,
my
you can
God.
shoot one off. Shoot
Oh my
one off.
god. Freaking facts.
No, it's funny because at the Renaissance Festival, the first thing I brought from home was the large tube of Neosporin.
God dang.
It was the jumbo
Like modern society.
for everything.
Oh my
How,
god.
that's why I'm dying. I'm like, he's right.
All right.
Not the jumbo.
So,
See?
I know me, her and Cress have been to a Ren fair.
Have
Victor, have you ever been to a Ren fair?
Yeah.
Has indeed.
I have absolutely no recollection of him ever going to a Ren fair.
I've never seen him there, but I believe him.
I do believe him. I just never remember it happening. So, what is the Ren fair experience like for you?
I don't remember a lot of it.
He's been a while.
He was there.
It's not that
I believe him. He was there.
It's not that hasn't been a while. I just get blackout drunk.
Exactly.
Pub crawl.
Cress, what is a Ren fair experience like for you?
dying.
As a patron or an actor?
As a patron.
As a patron,
Yeah.
I think it's interesting because you could. It's like I know these people are regular people because
true.
you know when it closes down, they're regular people.
That's true.
But the commitment I see from a lot of people in the encampments, top tier stuff. Because I mean, this is like some people's livelihood. For you guys, it's the bread and butter. For them, this is like a meal.
A hot meal? Would
A
you
hot
say?
meal. This puts a hot meal in their bellies.
Please, a quarter, sir. A quarter for food.
Half rations.
Half ration, sir.
Why is ration so funny?
It's from oh my God.
Stronghold.
It's from Stronghold.
Whatever, you can like decide the
Yeah,
pace of
they're
rationing.
eating too much. I cut it to half ration.
You can do double rations, half rations,
Half rations.
full rations,
Yeah.
no rations. Oh Lord, this is difficult times
Yes.
upon us. And you can choose the taxes.
And they literally-
high taxes, my Lord, please no. And you do low taxes. Oh, this is lively.
Sometimes they piss me off and I just half rations.
You can. It lets you do
Oh
it.
my God.
Half
Hold on.
rations.
Trey just gave me. He just reminded me of a joke that I heard on. I was watching an Instagram reel. This dude was doing stand up,
God.
and he's like, "If I was ever a landlord, I'd make people call me me lord,
My Lord.
me lord. Please, can I get an extension on the rent?
My Lord, please.
He's like, you may.
You might. I will allow it.
I'd 100% make people call me lord. If I was a landlord, that's funny. But yeah, the experience is good. The fair experience is good.
Now-
It's very lively.
How are they similar and different from conventions?
Look at all these test questions.
Yes, they are, because we have
Wow.
like 10 minutes left, so I'm just going to ask them.
No, we got time.
We do? Okay. bless.
He'll let you know how much time is left.
Well, I
Trey.
think conventions they don't interact with you as much as in conventions because it's tough.
Yeah.
But in conventions, you're literally just selling to people, 100% selling.
That's true. That's true.
But at the fair, they're entertaining you.
There's a lot
First,
more theatrics.
yeah, it's theatrics. It's theatrical. This is like they're good at their job, and they've trained for this. Like this is what they do. At conventions, you go because you bought the spot, and you're just trying to sell some.
you just got
supplies
to hold
mostly.
it down until
Yeah.
the supplies get sold.
Yeah, this is legitimate entertainment, and then they also have a craft that they have, and then you entertained by these people, and they make you feel like you're important to them,
Yeah.
and so you're like, now I have to purchase this
It
cup,
makes sense.
this mug, this boot.
No, that makes sense. I feel
You know what I'm saying? And they're craftsmen, so it's expensive,
Mm-hmm.
but for good reason. They put a lot of their blood, sweat, and tears into it.
Please, sir.
So
Please, sir.
Yeah.
Spent 3 days
Yeah.
crafting this cup.
damn it.
It would fill my family's bellies with a hot meal.
I am gonna look at everyone so different on Saturday. I'm gonna be walking around and they're bowing. I'm just gonna
They spent
throw coins,
3 days.
Try not to laugh.
throwing coins at people. Have quarters.
Oh, this cup.
So instead of 2 shilling, I'll give them 3 for their boot,
Oh, my
Oh my
or
God.
for the book. You know,
Most
so.
generous gesture, my lord.
3 shillings. That's a lot, my lord.
Oh, you're
Thank
too
you.
kind, my lord.
Too kind, my lord.
That's such a good idea
That's
for
really good.
a character.
Yeah, yeah. We'll cast Victor.
That would be so funny.
Yeah, but it's a good experience.
Oh
Say
my
the least.
god, I love it. I love it. Now, what are your thoughts on like street performers versus like stage performers though? Like, have you guys been to like plays, like stage plays a lot?
Yes,
I used
I've been
to
to a
a
couple.
lot. Well, I used to do a lot of musicals.
Yeah, actually, like,
musicals are
Yeah.
musicals. I actually don't like musicals. Musicals are they're tough.
I'm sorry for your struggles, brother.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
How do you how do you kind of feel about the difference in the feel of acting on like I guess street performance versus stage performance? How do you feel about the difference of
Well,
acting?
for me, I mean, street performance is more free form, whereas like stage plays or stage musicals, where it's obviously very, very rehearsed. Where it's like, I mean, I'm not saying street performers don't rehearse either.
No, I feel you.
They're just, to me, they're just more going with their raw talent and just seeing where
it takes them.
Where it takes them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like for me, what I've experienced is like paid versus unpaid, skilled versus like a talented person, and then for the street characters, like they are entertaining people like individually if they can. You know what I mean? And then like drawing their own crowd, while the stage performers are like there's a captured audience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They can't they can get up and walk away, but they're still sitting there. So you don't have to do as much work to get more people.
And you don't have to worry about them losing interest either.
Yeah.
They're there.
Because some people just walk away as you're talking to them mid-sentence.
Definitely
like,
had that happen. Definitely have had that happen.
Yeah.
I'm talking to a whole crowd, like whole group of people, and half of them are like, all right, deuces.
It's harder to keep a crowd
Get
as a
up
street
and-
performer for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They just walk off. And I'm like,
Because if they don't get your jokes.
Yeah.
yeah. Or if they come in like midway through because acting in the round, like random people will just show up while you're middle of the performance. They have no idea what's happening. They'll, oh, this is weird. And then walk away. Like, oh, I have no idea what's
Not to
happening.
mention, as a street performer, you're 100% directly relying on them to give you money.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. That also is a huge difference.
That you're really relying on them to put a meal on your table.
Yeah.
Truly, actually need a hot meal.
And I think it's more tiring.
At times.
Yeah.
It's definitely more tiring.
100% because you have to do way more.
You have to walk constantly to find those crowds.
Find a spot.
You know?
Yeah, man. Acting in the round is indeed a, I'm not going to say more difficult or more important, more anything. It's just very different. And it requires, I think, different sets of skills.
Yeah, I think
sets of skills.
with the street performer, I think you have to have a lot of raw charisma.
I agree. There are definitely people who are like straight up actors, but they could be introverts because they know exactly what the role is. They know the exact words they need to just prep themselves up.
Yeah.
Say the words, do the role, and then after that they go right back to being introvert. But as the street performer, like you are on the entire time you're in front of the fence. And so the second you're out there on the street or you're in the tents or whatever, you have to be ready at a moment's notice for the whole spiel to happen again. And you don't know when that's about to occur. You don't know if it's going to be a small crowd, large crowd. You don't know how loud or large you have to talk or perform. And again, it's not me saying it's more difficult or anything, because I can't sing opera and I'm not the best at memorizing lines all the time.
Right now.
What? No.
I said, hey, I need the mics. I need the mics.
But no. So there's just certain skills I don't have.
I was going to say, can we go back to the similarities and differences?
Please, yeah.
Because I was going to say, for me, it goes back to when I go to a convention, people are there to show off themselves.
Facts.
While when you're at a Renaissance, you're there to let you experience history, like living history. So for a Renaissance performer, their outfit or their costume, or even a garb, whatever you want to call it, I call it clothing because it's really what they wear.
Yeah.
And they have to wear that. Like I literally have to keep my dress maintained because I'm wearing the same costume. I want to look the same. I want people to recognize me. So I'm keeping my clothing up to date for that short period. But a lot of Renaissance people, they go on the road. So it's a year-round job. While
you got to maintain
convention is like, I'm going to wear Green Lantern this time.
For this one time.
I'm going to this anime one, so I'm going to dress as this person. So they can alter it. And also with the expense, I think conventions are a little more pricey.
For sure.
You know, but then
you're paying for a lot more things.
Yeah, you pay for a lot more things. But like Renaissance, it's kind of like, I'm going to just sew these materials together and make a costume. It can be that. It can be that easy.
Yeah.
You know,
I will say you definitely spend a lot of money at Ren fairs, but like that's really depends on how far
it's expected.
It's expected.
Yeah.
$20 for a turkey leg.
It is $20 for a turkey leg.
My brother in Christ, I used to buy that for $9.
It's pretty disgusting.
Yeah, $20.
Well,
Yeah, I'm done with that. No
Yeah.
thanks. That's
done.
donezo.
So
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, yeah, it's the convenience you're paying for.
Yeah.
I will say the costuming, if you are trying to do Ren fairs correctly, is more expensive for Ren fairs than conventions, I think. And because, it needs to actually be maintained.
Yeah.
It needs to actually be able to handle walking and, first of all, being outside. That's something we didn't also talk about.
Yeah.
It's all outside. Unlike
Boy.
conventions,
It could be hot.
which
It
are
could be
inside.
cold.
It could be
raining.
Oh my days.
There are some
snowing.
outside. There are some outside.
Yeah.
We all know
Like,
that.
Just go
But
with potato sack like James and Shelby did.
that
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
very clutch. They definitely went as medieval peasants and did the 3 shilling.
What
thing.
if
and brought potato
somebody
sacks.
somebody asked them, "What are you guys?" Poor.
And they're like, "Yep, that's right."
That
It's
checks
a
out.
great
It
costume.
was a great costume.
You guys are perfect.
And it was a group of like 6 of them or so.
6 or
crap,
7
too.
of them.
Yeah, they were just
On-
running around as
on
poor
literally
people.
all in literal potato sacks.
I like it.
Like the heads cut out.
Rub some dirt on their
Arm.
face.
Some dirt, bro.
Yeah.
That's what we
That was
walk around. We need that
amazing.
walk around the encampment.
Yeah, man, it was phenomenal.
Begging.
That was hilarious. Shelby, James, we gotta get y'all next time we talk about the Ren Fair. We need to have another Ren
Son.
Fair talk before the season's over. Get them on it, man.
Did you see Shelby's costumes?
No, the
Those
fits.
fits.
I am excited. She's gonna go hard at this fair, man. Oh my god,
Yo.
it's awesome, dude. The wardrobe's on point. Shelby, bless you. I see you. I as well have been going hard with the wardrobe.
She about to go crazy on y'all.
I'm proud.
Yeah,
I'm
her
proud.
stuff look nice.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the determinate, the skill,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
commitment,
Yeah.
content.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
it matters, and it is because it's different, man. Like for the conventions, you need to be a character that is from something known. If you are from something unknown, people straight up will just not care about
And
what
ignore
you're
you.
doing. They will
Yeah,
ignore
walk
you.
right past
completely.
you.
Where are you from? I don't watch that.
I don't know.
Sorry,
anime.
I'm good.
Never heard that. Or
Yeah.
they'll compare you to somebody.
100%.
Oh, you look just like blah, blah, blah. You're like, oh,
And it's like,
thanks.
what was the point?
Anyway,
Yeah, if you're gonna
Yeah.
compare me.
yeah. But Flarf, any outfit you're wearing is awesome because they full on believe it is your original character.
Yeah.
Right.
They never believe you're trying to cosplay or dress up as anyone. They're like, this is this person's character that they have brought to this festival. It is awesome. You are in your fantasy persona. That's what you're doing. Which reminds me, I actually want to do some like the mythic LARPs and like the LARPs. I would love to do some of those actually, where people will go out to like big farms or nature preserves or whatever, and like as groups like hundreds of people, they like have an event for the weekend, and straight up it's like, yes, here's where we start. There's enemies out there, and like we gotta get to the quest, and hopefully we don't die on the way there. Okay, let's do it.
Nice.
And like we're all dressed up in garb and like have our outfits, have our items, and like stats and whatnot when we go out. I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty awesome. So I'm thinking about that this year. We'll see what we can get to.
Nice. What do you know about the Renaissance era?
The era of the
Yeah.
Renaissance, you say?
Yeah.
All right. So I literally teach about this. So I'm gonna ask y'all first.
Okay.
Oh, I'll go. Oh, Victor's going. Oh, he's saying no. I thought
Nothing?
it was a hand raise.
I already told you what I know. You might not
Okay.
get back home.
So I'm gonna say mine in little sentences of
Okay.
what before I learned what the Renaissance was. What I heard about the Renaissance was it was Europe in the Dark Ages, Black Death,
Yeah.
kings and queens,
Plagues.
clothing, knights and crusaders. That's
Yeah.
all I knew.
Yeah.
And then I played D&D.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was lied to.
I was lying too.
So many and I did not think black people existed.
Existed back then.
because that's
yeah.
how they teach you.
Yeah.
That's what they teach you.
Any movie
That's
or
what
like
you're just
show,
not in it. You're not
a
in
single
it.
black person.
And you just think all the black people are stuck in Africa until a boat comes.
right.
Yeah.
Right,
And
right.
because they don't have boats, they can't leave Africa. That's
Yeah.
what I taught. That's what I was taught.
Now that you say that, right? So I was watching the show Vikings on Netflix, and I think the like second, third season, I run into a black person finally because they're all Danes and like people from Norway and stuff. So I run into a black person, and he was a fighter from Africa, and the dude who was like putting on the fights brought him over, and he was like fighting to make money, but then he ended up being part of the crew, part of the Vikings that like go off and like he's part of the main story. Really.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I'm saying.
Okay.
He probably ends up being part of the
But
main
this
story.
is
And I'm
the
like,
third season.
yeah, this is like the second or third season.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is hilarious. I didn't think I'd see a black person in this.
Powerful.
Yeah, so
But
I
that
didn't
just
watch
goes to
it.
show history is more than we know.
It's muddled.
Yeah.
One of the important movies for me was
Think about Yasuke. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Yasuke.
Yeah.
Another one for me was 13th Warrior, when Antonio Banderas played a Muslim who found Vikings and like found some Nordic people.
Yes.
And like they ended up going off in a big fight and like all that. But for me, it was one of the first times that I saw a different culture.
Yeah.
Like realistically, everything medieval for me was Vikings, knights, and crusaders. That is all I knew about anything in the medieval era for like a long time. And I was like, knights are pretty freaking cool. I won't lie to you. But once I saw 13th Warrior, I was like, yo, where is he from?
You ever seen
what
that?
are these swords?
I've seen it.
What is this style? Like, I don't understand. And from there, I was like, okay, there's apparently more out there.
Yeah.
And like, and again, it's not that black people want to and genuinely believe. Yes, there just weren't black people back at that time period. We just don't know how they looked.
We just don't know how. Like,
and so
for me,
it's out of our subconscious.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think that for me, and I guess maybe all white people, when it comes to that era, it's not just I want to see a black person. I want to see anyone that is darker
Of color.
That, you know what I'm saying? Like the pure
He's Antonio
Nordic
Banderas.
white.
He's not even black. And I was like, my God,
I loved him.
represented.
That movie was fantastic because it had a great representation and it actually went into the whole Arabic culture with him teaching them Arabic.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty powerful too.
That was awesome. That was important from the show. So yeah, I like teach about the Renaissance era when I'm there at FLARF, Florida Renaissance Festival. And so I talk about the fact that the Renaissance started like directly after the Dark Ages. So when we're thinking about the Dark Ages, this is the time when it's the bubonic plague and a slip back of, like knowledge and a care about, where we understand science to be. And so how out of nowhere would the Renaissance pop up right after the plague? Well, we see that apparently the Renaissance comes from Italy, and it comes from like Florence and Venice and Rome, and all of a sudden this rise of the city-states. How did they get the wealth to start the Renaissance? Directly before the Renaissance era, the 1000s to the 1300s, we have the Crusades. The Crusades, over 3 centuries of waging war in the Balkans and the Mediterranean, are going to bring back a bunch of equipment, a bunch of items, resources, food, parchment and paper, knowledge, books. They're going to bring with them scholars and people and traders and merchants from the Mediterranean. And when they bring all these items to the city-states of Italy, they're going to be reselling them and making a stupid amount of money.
Bread.
In making all this money, they have the knowledge of philosophy and the arts and medicine and science, and suddenly they have the money to also invest into all of these things. So suddenly we get more philosophers. We get the humanities being studied, right? And we get money enough to pay for people to paint the Sistine Chapel and people like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. So because of the money, of the resources and knowledge taken from the Middle East, Europe can come out of the Dark Ages. When we think of the Dark Ages, again, we think of the plague, kills 1/3 of Europe, doesn't kill anywhere near the same amount in Africa or the Middle East because they knew how to treat it already. And so,
Pink eye.
right? If you want to know about like how we figured out medicine, thank Ibn Sina, who is a extraordinarily intelligent man from the golden age of Islam, who discovers that there is not disease, which, depending on the tides and the sun and the moon and a cat over there and like broken glass, you might have a certain type of variant or a level of the concept of disease. There's diseases, and each one has different side effects you can actually answer to. And so he creates something called the canon of medicine. Have you guys ever used the term canon to be like, hey, that's canon or that's not canon? That straight up comes from the Arabic word kanun, like Kanuni Sultan Suleiman,
right,
lawgiver, Sultan Suleiman. So we straight up use an Arabic word to describe the truth of something. Right. And so we have to think an Arabic word for all medicine today, basically. And
I keep trying to tell you, English is not really a language, but whatever. I don't know nothing.
so
I don't know nothing.
Yeah, man. When we think of the Renaissance, the Renaissance started because of the contributions of Africa, the Arabian Peninsula, the Middle East, or the Ottoman Empire, basically at that point, because that's who they were fighting for a while. And before them, it was the Persians, and Rome and Greece and the previous Romans all fought the Persians because the Muslims and Persians have been around forever, basically. And so, that's the center of civilization, but no one knows about them. So come to the Renaissance Fair, please, so you can learn about the Renaissance and these people.
History.
It'd be pretty great. Now, before do we have to go yet?
Nope.
Okay, thank God. How do you guys feel about representation at something like a Renaissance Fair? And like, how do you feel?
Well,
like
representation. We're the most diverse encampment in the whole fair.
All right, I don't know if I asked the
What's
question.
another black encampment?
There are no other black encampments, and I've never seen any other brown or black encampments. That is not me saying I'm not bad at the encampments that are there. I actually love all the
My
encampments
brother
that
in
are
Christ,
there.
you've been there years.
I've never seen another black encampment.
Not
I've never
another
really
black
seen,
encampment.
Like, there have been a couple black cast members who have achieved the rank of being like a noble woman of the court, but they're not like a
Nah,
it's not a queen.
it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. So, and I tell everyone the same thing every time. I probably said this in the last Ren Fair talk that we had, but before I started, I had never seen a brown or black person that was above the rank of like peasant or like vendor. The closest I got was Adolfo, and he was the king of the festival, and he absolutely was. He's a Spanish man, blessed and beautiful and amazing. I could not tell that when I was younger. I'm sorry. So he seemed white to me. Adolfo, I love you. He's going to flame me for this later. I love you. But when I was younger, he did not look yet like me enough for me to feel like representation.
He still
for
doesn't.
Me. However, he was representation for Hispanic people. That was very powerful.
Right.
Thank you for that. But I just didn't see it yet. Yeah. So once I started my first year, I was like, all right, F being a peasant, I'm Royal Guard of the Captain's Court.
There you go.
Second year, I am captain of the King's Guard and one of the best knights of the realm. Third year, all right, let's be the Ottomans. Like let's just be nobles.
I mean, we were kings.
We were kings. We was kings
before they took us.
We were kings.
We used to be kings.
Oh my God, I love you. So
have you seen any other like?
I've never
POC encampments and other Renaissance.
No. I've never seen any other POC encampments.
Like I've seen other black people
at other festivals who
and
are
Spanish people at other festivals.
Yeah, but not
a full black owned encampment. Like if you go into the encampment, and almost every encampment has a leader because they want one voice to talk to management. So when people walk in and they're like, "Oh, who's your leader?" Like it took years for people to really accept that. Oh, it's her. And then they would literally come over and ask me this: "Are you the leader?"
For sure.
Like I heard them tell you that I was. You know what I mean? Like I was sitting right here. So
they definitely expect men to be the leaders usually.
Yeah.
And why is that?
It's a predominantly white male led system and like society, I guess. Because America, but also the Renaissance era. The Renaissance is a European thing. Like it's a French word for like rebirth, like essentially. So like it is predominantly seen as a white space. However,
and it goes back to they were in charge back then, so that's what's expected. You know what I'm saying? So it's not,
Remember what I said about the French last episode?
Yeah.
Oof, facts.
All right.
Yeah, man. So it started off, as like the same way like freaking the Mason leagues or whatever. Like they were small fraternities of friends who love like fairs and history and things, and they started these cool little groups of like just trying to share history and reenact history. But of course, it was seen from the perspective of their history, which was European history.
Yeah, the women were in the kitchen.
Women were in the kitchen. Men literally are going out to battle
making clothes, taking care of babies.
Yeah, they're taking the kids.
So I'd rather be king.
Yeah, they have.
So I'd rather be king. I'd have to go hunt.
Yeah,
no. Yes, exactly.
So us coming and being there is really helping a lot of like there are legit people who are like coming back yearly and now starting to showcase the culture,
and they come over to us every time.
They come right over to us.
Like I see so many black and brown people now, and they come in and they're like, "Hey, you remember me from last year?"
They're coming back more and more.
Yeah.
They're proud of it.
I think that a lot of black people just don't feel like it's for them.
That's why
it don't feel like it's for them, and they don't feel like they're really like welcome there. Welcome may not be the word, but they don't feel like they fit in there.
I was
No,
like
they
that.
don't. They
I
don't
was like
believe
that when I was a patron. I was like that because I would walk around and there's like a Confederate flag over there, and you could see it visibly. You know, people would call you you're a patron. They're calling you a Moor, and I'm like,
Oh, let me help that. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up.
Ugh.
Please, guys, know that the Moor, it doesn't exist. That's not a thing. It's like saying, look, the blacks. That's what you're saying. Because in Europe, when they were trying to figure out who the heck the Muslims were, that was everyone south of them. That was from Spain, the entire northern coast of Africa, all the way to the Eastern Mediterranean and around to the Balkans. That's a wild amount of people. They were black and white Moors. It just meant that they were Muslim because they dressed a certain way because of the culture that they were from. They called all of them the Moors. Do not say the Moors because it's not real. You are literally saying what like ancient Europeans were calling the people that they didn't understand.
I call it Renaissance racism.
They calling you a nigga, bro.
That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm
you're
saying. But I'm just telling you, like going to the festival as
That's
a
what you're
patron, I would go every year as a patron, but I knew what I was going for. So I did my little rounds and everything. But after I joined, that magic like dissipated. And I realized like, oh, these motherfuckers are all racist.
Yeah.
But I think once I put my foot down and they saw that, it's like my first time going to DeLand. You know, it's like I had to put my foot down. I'm like, I'm not tolerating this crap. Like it happens no more. So now I don't even get that crap. And if I do, I am not afraid to speak up like I usually was.
That's true. That's true.
You know, I would say, hey, let me tell you what we do. Let me tell you who we are. And I kind of correct the Renaissance racism.
Yeah, you gotta correct it. Like
Gotcha.
that's a happy thing I try to do. The second they're like, oh my God, look, the Moors. My friend, not these. Those are like 500 miles west of us.
Remember, we have kids coming there now.
Yeah.
We have like little black kids. And I know what I went through as an adult. And I don't want that for a 14-year-old kid.
Right.
You know, to go home and be like, they called me a Moor.
And they have no idea what that means because
Yeah.
also it's not real. So, also the Berbers. If you ever hear about the Berbers or like the Barbary Coast people,
Everybody said bird is
it literally means it literally means barbarian. So you also don't need to use that because it's also not the correct term for the people who are from the northern coast of Africa. It is the Amazigh people, or the Amazigh, or the Amazigh, whichever way you want to pronounce it. It's the Amazigh people. It is not Berbers. They're not barbarians. They're people who lived on the northern coast of Africa. But when the Romans were trying to find them, then they called everyone who wasn't Roman a barbarian. Okay, they called the Saxons and Vandals and they called all of them barbarians as well. Yet, because they're Europeans, today we still know the names of those different groups and work not to call them barbarians because that's rude. But that never stopped for the North Africans. And so we still continue to call them barbarians because we never felt the need to change the name from barbarian. And so we call them the Barbers, the Barbary Coast pirates who are raiding the southern coast of Europe for generations because they're amazing sailors, letting that be known, are the Amazigh people, who are people, not barbarians. Sorry, I'm done now.
I want everyone to know I'm resisted the urge to interrupt them.
Sorry.
Multiple times in this pod.
Oh, me
So
too.
I don't want to hear no comments about me interrupting, even though I did a little bit.
I'm new here and I wanted to interrupt.
Yeah, I
you.
wanted to
It's
interrupt
okay.
them.
I go on for
I had a barber joke. Whatever.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Let him cut in for a second.
I will go for it. I'm so sorry.
Whatever.
Right over his head.
The moment's gone,
Right
and that's
over
the
the
issue.
That's the issue.
You lose the moment. I'm just gonna do what I want.
I'm going to cut in.
That's fair.
I'm just gonna do. I don't care about y'all anymore.
Okay, last one I got before we go. What is some of your favorite medieval or like fantasy movies?
Conan.
Oh yeah, of course.
Flames.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very, very
Conan's a
good.
good one.
Conan.
Highlander's a classic one, I think. Also,
Parts of that one Transformers movie. No.
oh my
Oh
god!
my God.
Honestly, that's such a good budget, though. Like it was
I got
really
nothing.
good. Oh, that was
You
so
ever heard of Crow?
Oh, that was actually really
Crow.
good. You showed me
It's
that
like a fantasy
one.
slash
It was a dark fantasy, like 90s movie.
sci-fi-ish. Because there is an alien in the end.
It was the alien.
I mean,
It was pretty wild that was an alien.
yeah,
I did not
it was
expect
wild. But I just like the concept.
that. 13 Warrior. Beowulf was a
13th
good one.
Warrior, yeah, Beowulf.
The
was
animated.
good.
I'm powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Man,
fire.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings kind of has to go without saying.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is there.
The new Rings of Power. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I need all y'all to watch it.
Really?
Very, very,
I heard it was
very.
dummy boring.
They're lying to your face.
Oh, okay.
If you saw Lord of the Rings, then
did.
this was not boring.
Okay.
It was very, very good, and it gave you all the information you wanted. You got like a bunch of Lord of the Rings movies. I'm very happy with
It's
it.
yeah, it's,
Big fan
it's a
of Lord of the
lore.
Rings.
It's lore.
Like
It's lore
it's-
about the movie. That's why you watch movies. You know, it's
Come
the
on.
lore about the movie. So yeah, definitely
There's
there.
one with Clive Owen and Morgan Freeman called Last Night, which is
Fire.
a cult
Don't even
classic.
talk about it. I'm so
Fire.
Flames.
God.
Fire.
Way too good.
Even though it's a remake of another movie,
Yeah,
it's still
way too good
fire.
not to be more
breaks
famous.
your heart.
So good.
There's one called Kingdom of Heaven that has to do with like the Persians versus the Crusaders. Also,
I don't know
another
if I've
good
seen
one.
that.
A Knight's Tale, I think, was a really, really
I
great
think I've
one.
seen that one too.
I just don't like that they used rock music for all of it. 'cause
Yeah,
Oh,
would have
okay.
been great.
history bit of me really
Yeah.
wishes they just used some music at the
You
time.
guys seen Robin Hood?
Robin Hood.
Yeah.
The newer one, was it with Jamie Foxx?
The one with Jamie Foxx, yeah.
No,
I did not see it
I
actually.
You see
refuse
that
to.
one?
I refuse to watch it.
That one was fun.
Refuse.
It was?
Yeah, I thought it was fun.
I'll check that out, man. I'll check that out.
But it was Hollywood. It was Hollywood, but it was
Well,
fun.
I refuse to watch it.
I'm a big fan of Arthur. It's one of my favorite movies.
Oh man, that movie was so good.
It's so good.
Oh yes,
With Charlie Hunnam
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
and Jude Law.
Oh wait, no, not that one.
Ow.
No,
Which one?
no. King Arthur with Clive Owen. Is it King Arthur?
It's
or just
Clive Owen.
Arthur?
No, it's Clive Owen.
Clive
First
Owen.
one.
Yeah.
Did he do
Clive
one?
Owen.
I don't know if I saw that one.
You got to watch that one. No,
Maybe
that
I
one,
did.
Artorias. Oh my god,
Artorias.
that one was
Oh, Gladiator. Thank you for that also.
that
Oh,
one was
Gladiator.
great.
Gladiator,
you gotta watch. I think it
300.
is King Arthur.
It's King Arthur, 2004.
Yeah,
With Clive Owen.
with
in
Clive
it.
Owens. That
Yeah,
one
that was
is
great.
way better than the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
Oh, I
they-
love the one with Charlie
they
Hunnam.
were
Yeah.
really good. Oh, Excalibur. Thank you guys for showing me that when I was younger.
Yeah.
They were so
Mirren?
shiny.
The Helen Mirren Excalibur?
Yeah, they were so shiny. I think
Yeah.
so.
Excalibur was great.
Oh, Princess Bride. I don't know if y'all seen that, but
my
it's
God.
a banger at
One of
all
my
times.
favorites. I love the book.
At all times.
The movie, yeah, it was great.
That one Monty Python?
That one.
The Holy Grail?
I thought, yeah. Also good. Also classic. Can't lie. It was very,
I
very
don't know
nice.
if I've
I
seen
finally
this
saw it.
King
I was
Arthur
actually. It was good. It was good. I wasn't mad at it. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Are we throwing Game of Thrones in there?
For
No.
sure.
I'm sorry, no.
The first 7 seasons of Game of Thrones, I'll throw in there. If
wouldn't
you
even-
say
I wouldn't
all
even go
8
that
seasons, I'm tossing it out. Not one of my favorites.
I wouldn't even go that far.
If
Maybe
you
the
toss
first
in the 8th
season because
season.
it's a good intro into the show, but after that I was like, what?
That's funny. What about Hercules?
I watched it.
And I'm talking like the old
With
Hercules.
you mean the animated or with
No, the live action.
The Rock?
with Buddy.
Hercules,
The Rock.
Hercules.
The Rock was one of them.
The Rock
No.
made one.
Yeah, The Rock.
No, I'm
made
talking
one.
about the show from back in the day.
Oh, with like Xena Warrior Princess and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Hercules.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
I was
god.
about like Xena
When
and
he-
Hercules.
Want to hear a fun fact?
Yeah.
Came to my job like a couple months ago.
What do you mean?
My boss recognized him. He went outside and he's like, "Yo, that's I forgot his name." He's like, "Yo, that's Buddy from
Kevin
Hercules."
Sorbo?
Kevin Sorbo.
Mhm.
It's like, "Yo, it's Kevin Sorbo." And
I
I'm
met
like,
Lucy
"What?"
Lawless. I met
I
Xena
walked.
with
I didn't.
me and
I don't
Mom.
want to. I didn't want to fan out. So I
Shit, God.
walked
Oh, no.
out there and I
Yeah.
looked at him like, I'm like,
Shit,
oh
God.
snap,
No, no.
it's Kevin Sorbo, a
I
regular
fanned
man.
out. I fan out every time. When I met Lucy Lawless, I was like, she's like, oh my God,
Yeah,
you look like a
I'd-
character from my show.
Oh, man.
I'm like, thank
Wow.
you.
I'd be geeking.
Thank you, Lucy. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'd be
I love
geeking
you.
But
pretty
he's
hard.
getting a passport with his daughter. And I'm like, oh, he has to come to these regular places.
Yes, yes.
Comes to regular places.
I see.
It makes sense.
Like he has to wait in line like
Like the rest
citizen.
of us.
Oh my God, that's how it was. We saw George Perez at the
One
Renaissance
of the greatest
Festival.
comic
Yeah.
minds
'Cause
ever.
we never saw each other throughout the day. And then I saw this guy,
Rest
like,
in power.
that guy looked just like George Perez. And then Trey came run up to me. He's like, guess who I saw? I'm like, George Perez? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's him.
It was him.
Him
Bro, when I tell you I got to cry for this man like 4 times in my life, like
Yeah.
at 3 different occasions. Okay,
Yeah. It was a great.
man. Oh my God, George Perez was like an
And
amazing
he
soul.
also draws some great fantasy stuff.
Come on,
he's
yeah,
really
man.
good.
Timothy, George Perez.
For sure. I'm glad he brought up Hercules because it made me remember Xena.
Yeah.
And Xena, top tier beyond reason. Very, very good.
Vizier,
Evet.
Sultan Süleyman. İkinci bir şey duydun.
Evet dedim. Kampanyaya gitmiş. Kanuni Sultan Süleyman geri dönecek. Onunla orada
Döneceğiz.
döneceğiz.
Maşallah.
İnşallah. I may be embarrassed later for this. We'll see.
I like it.
If you know
And I give a
Turkish, say
shout
it.
out to Turkey and Syria,
Oh yeah.
and our
Blessings to
prayers
those
and thoughts
people,
are
man.
with
Oh
you.
my god.
The earthquake hit them really hard.
Was
man.
it 7.8?
7.8, and then they
Yeah.
had an aftershock of 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I reached
What
out
did
to them.
what did the lady say?
She said they are still searching for some people.
Oh man.
But yeah, she's gonna update me.
Jesus.
I'll drop a link to the support because I have this. My old pastor from college actually took him and his family living. He took them to Lebanon. Him and his wife and 7 kids, by the way.
Dang.
He went to they do.
God is good.
They took mission. They do mission work and
God, it's good.
it's tough. They do mission work in Lebanon, and they've been doing it for years. And they're obviously they felt the impact too.
Yeah, yeah.
So they have like a foundation set up to
Okay.
help people with this ilk. I'm gonna put
Good,
the
good,
link
good.
in the
Please,
description if you guys want to donate to them. It's a legitimate thing to donate to. It's like legitimate foundation. You know, people love to scam in these types of situations,
It's true.
but I promise you this is legitimate. I'll even attach the email if y'all want. But yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
blessings to those people, man.
Straight up.
Tragic.
It's really rough.
Hope you all enjoyed this episode. We really didn't talk about Renaissance Fair that much, to be honest with you. But that's typically how it goes.
20 minutes of it.
It's 20 minutes.
Yeah, like,
20 minutes at the end, if you even got this far. To be honest,
true.
is what it is.
My bad, y'all, my bad.
Audio comes out on Friday on your favorite podcast app, and the YouTube comes out on Saturday. I be working till like 3 a.m. Y'all don't know. I be working till like 3 a.m. to get this out on the day that I specified.
Like
All
Trey
right.
said, if I can't do it,
It's a lot about nothing. Thank you for listening.
Jenny.